Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's me, your old pal, Orpheus, and we're here with another edition of Blade and Sorcery. Yes, on Orpheus Plays. And you're here with me, and that means it's another day for Blade and Sorcery. I keep doing that. God, I don't even know why. Anyway, as I stand here in this little tub here, I'm gonna just hide a little bit, because I'm very scared. I'm scared of the bad men. Anyway, so yeah... We're here in the marketplace again today, and we are playing survival mode. Quick introduction to survival mode. 3 weapons come out, and I will kill many people with my selection of them. That's right. There are kind of loose rules here on Orpheus Plays. I may or may not use them. I may or may not use some of the completely overpowered weapons that I have with me. But we'll start things off with the camp axe today. Do a little bit of messing about with some people's faces and okay, whatever. It's gonna look cool there, but it didn't happen. Anyway, hope you are doing well wherever you are right now today, whether it's day or night, whether you're in the back seat of a 79 Pinto and you're hoping someone doesn't bump into you. I hope you are having a great day. First, traditional slow motion kill of the day. And we throw it at his face. Give him a little punch in the back of the head. Woo! That worked really well. Okay. So, yeah, another day. As I always say, here on Blade and Sorcery, you know, I'm sorry. I should stop doing that. Oh, whoa. Nope. Hey, come here. Give me that. We're going to do this. Ha! Chop! Yeah, that's right. You love my flying axe, don't you? Ha! Ha! That's right. So yeah. So what do we talk about today? I was I was watching. There's I haven't seen snow reports in a while, right? Because we live in a southern area, and so there's no real snow anywhere close to us. The only place where there's really snow is a good couple of hour drive away. And so I really miss seeing snow because I grew up in a place that was very chilly during a lot of times of the year, and I worked in a lot of places across the country that had some nice weather going on too. You know, I love cold. You know, of course, as someone that lives basically in a desert, I like it when it's cold outside sometimes, and you get to bundle up in your favorite stuff, right? Yeah, light a fire or something, just kind of relax. Here, let me pin this to your face. Nope, come here. Oh, there you go. He's trying to do the sword swallowing trick, and it went horribly wrong. Oh no! Oh, the sword is still going. Oh no, let's help you with that. Oh, wow. Boy, this game. Anyway, so yeah, I miss being around snow. I miss being around snowmobiles and building snow forts out of the stuff that gets plowed at the end of your driveway. And a lot of you that live in cold areas probably know exactly what I'm talking about. That stuff is amazing to do. It's so fun. You feel like you're you against nature, right? Except, you can eventually just get warmed up somehow by putting on more clothes or whatever. But when it's hot outside, it's you against nature, and you might not win, right? But that got me thinking, I used to be, really into ski culture, right? And I say ski culture because it's really more of it is a culture. It's a whole kind of niche of society, and it's very cool. If you want to see kind of what I'm talking about, first of all, there's the easy method. Go watch Hot Tub Time Machine. That's our first one. Hot Tub Time Machine actually does an excellent job, the movie, at portraying what ski culture was like back in the 80s and 90s. It was all very, very bright and very, obnoxious, and our clothes were just totally terrible looking, and everybody acted like a jerk, walking around with their skis slung over their shoulder, hey, babe, good to see you out on the slopes, right? But so Hot Tub Time Machine is one of those movies that shows you a lot of how that used to be, but that's it's a really way dialed up version of it. They just everything that could have happened in one of those places, they dial up as high as it'll go for that movie. And so the cool thing that you can go watch to see more about it is Warren Miller, okay? This is a guy who, for years and years and years, did documentaries about... They were like travel documentaries, but they were all focused around ski culture. And there's just a certain... There's a certain aspect to skiing, and like the ski lodges and the drinks and the people and the chairlifts and you're sitting in a bar there and you look up and it's just just a giant mountain in front of you, and you see people coming down. They look at first like ants just kind of moving around down a hill, and then they get to the point where they're getting bigger and bigger, and then they stop. They do their little snow plow, and they stop at the bottom, and then kind of do their little shuffle walk over to the chairlift. And there's a certain rhythm and a certain like I don't know. It's an air of just cool, right? Well, I have this tendency over the years, because I have impulse control issues, because of my brain damage and because of my bipolar and because of my autism. I'm just a good old mixture of all the good things to make impulse control very difficult over the years. Oh, no. And so I tend to do really dumb things, like, dumb things like not just like driving to Florida when I was late for school one day and decided not to deal with it, but like I would just go with things, right? And there's another video a couple of weeks back that I did where I got mistaken for Slash, and then I just I decided to go with it, and I actually laser. Anyway, so I just decided to go with it, and I did it like at another. Anyway, that's a good one. Go find that one. Maybe I'll put it up here. I don't know. Anyway, so I tended to just kind of go with things, right? Like, so if I was gonna go hang out on the beach, like I'd have all my cool beach stuff, but it's all like my coolest looking beach stuff, right? Not just like a boombox. Like portable stereo, not just like one of those, but like, one that was all tricked out. It's the Sony outdoor one that was that bright yellow. It was all waterproof and sandproof and everything. I got that going, and then I got to pick the coolest song. Ooh, yeah. I got to pick the coolest songs to play on my mixtape, right? And I gotta go and I gotta have the perfect towel laid out just the right way with some rocks holding it down. I got myself a little cabana cover, that I got from the local place, and I got a little fence around it, a little keep the birds and stuff and the crabs out of there. And I'm just sitting back on my lounge chair and I'm smoking a cigarette. And yes, I smoked at that point. Bad idea. Don't ever do that. It is very bad for you. And I am a very lucky person for not having developed anything yet. Knock on wood here. But yeah, it was like I had to do everything just like when you think of something in a movie and you go, someone on a beach, and I'm like, in the casting and prop department and like got to set up the perfect beach scene, right? So that was me. Well, when it came to skiing, I had to be like perfect ski man, right? So I had like the snowsuit, and God, snowsuits, there's the thing that I'm so glad hopefully have not come back in fashion, because oh God, so ugly. Snowsuits, like a onesie, but like for going out in the cold, right? And like they had them in these outrageous colors with like stripes on them, and like they had this big zipper that came up the top, and I had these big ski boots. And if you've ever watched somebody walk in ski boots, they look like like the early generations of robots in Westworld. It's like ka-clomp, right? That heel to toe, like awkward action that you see in Waterworld, right? When Kevin Costner finds the ski boots and he's wearing them. And so, like, I had to be perfect ski man, right? I had the best, coolest looking goggles that had mirrors on them. I'm go out there and I'd get up to the top and I'd zoom and I'd do my little, bobbing back and forth. And like I'd go on the mogul hill, and I'd I'd look really cool when I'm doing that. You know, moguls are like these bumps that you see them going down, so you can like go back and forth with your skis if you have ever seen pro skiing competitions. So I'd go on the mogul hill and I'd, you know, back and forth, boom, 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 like, look real cool. And then the problem was I wasn't that great of a skier, and so I spent a lot of time picking myself back up off of the ground. And like, there was this one time I decided I was going to learn how to snowboard, right? But I'd been skiing like 15 years or something at that point. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to rent a snowboard. And how hard can it be, right? So, you know, with my whole, I got to look cool before I do anything. So I'm like up at the top. I get up to the top of the mountain. And, you know, like getting off the chairlift was brutal, man. When you have skis, you can just kind of let them dangle. When you got a snowboard, you gotta like let it dangle sideways, which feels really weird when you're on a chairlift, like 30 feet up in the air. Anyway, so I get off of the chairlift and I kind of shuffle my way off to the side, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm doing good so far. Come here, let me stick a skinning knife in your brain. Anyway, oh, dude, there's a shot. Anyway, are you dead? No? You are now. There you go. And so, like, okay, I'm doing good. I haven't fallen down or anything yet. So, you know, I put on my headphones, and I've got like, I don't know. I think it was like Def Leppard or something playing or whatever, right? Like probably like Armageddon it or something like that. And so like I put on my headphones and I pull down my perfect little goggles with like the mirrored like Oakley finish on them, right? And I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be cool. And I strap on the snowboard on the other foot, and I take a cigarette out and I put the cigarette in my mouth and I light it up, and I'm like, yeah, now it's time to go. And I turn to go down the hill. And I go like 5 feet and just dump right on my face, right? Just like, because I was used to skiing, which is, you know, again, it's a whole different thing. Your body's straight. Well, it's like skateboarding when you're on a snowboard. So I was never very good at skateboarding because of my coordination issues. And so, like, seriously, 5 feet, and then I just went poof, like down. And so I kind of pick myself up out of the snow because my face went like right into the snow. I picked my face back up, and this cigarette was like just smashed up against my face. Like brand new cigarette, just lit it, and it was just like smack. And I still had the filter in it. It was just like bent, twisted, and everything. So I'm like, okay, no. That was just, you know, I think I got this now, right? I understand the physics of what's going on, right? Yeah, this is no problem. I can do this. I'm a skier, right? So I take my headphones and I put them on and pull down my little goggles and whoop, and it's gone. And I take a cigarette out and put it in my mouth and I light it up. I'm like, okay, and here we go. And I take my legs and I point them so I'm heading down the hill. And this time I get about 15 feet and I dump. So I wasted about a half a pack of cigarettes getting down the mountain the first time. And just like, I can't even imagine if someone had been like watching, because again, you can see the whole mountain in some places, like from the little lounge area in the ski lodge. So I can't even imagine someone like watching as I'm like, I get up, dust myself off all this snow, I like put my headphones back on, take my goggles and put them on like it's an action movie, right? And I go and put the cigarette in my mouth and then just completely dump, like, and just do it over and over and over again. But it's like, this is not jiving with my idea of cool. Like, cool points -10, right? So I'm like, okay, well maybe I can't snowboard. This is not working. I did it a couple extra times. I stopped doing the full run up kind of thing. And I just like started trying to like actually learn it. And no, I broke those goggles. I broke my headset, my headphones. I smashed up my pack of cigarettes. I lost my lighter. Like, it's a miracle I didn't break my damn neck the whole time. But because of that ski culture, right, I had to try to look cool. So, like, I went and I just kind of, I put the snowboard over my shoulder and I go walking into the ski lodge. And, ski lodge, again, this goes with the ski culture. Go find those Warren Miller movies. They're all the ski movies. And you'll see that there's a different kind of vibe that goes on with ski culture, right? It's like this thing where everything's warm. I mean, obviously, because it's like, cold and you're in a ski lodge. But more than that, it's like everything is hot cocoa and like grilled cheese sandwiches and warm soup. And, they got TVs everywhere. They're playing like, football games or whatever is going on, or hockey games, or the local weather report. And it's just snack bars. We can get fries, and everyone's just walking around, oh cool, trying to look cool. But like, I was really concerned with looking cool, so I'm walking through, and again, everything is, it's like it's like kind of like going to an arcade or a mini golf kind of thing. But like, the whole culture is there. You got people that are just absolute, like, they're crazy about it. Just can't get enough of it. And I really enjoyed that kind of culture. So there I am. I'm walking through, and oh, geez, that's gonna sting in the morning. Anyway, so were you trying to block that with your hand? There's a good idea. Take that, madam. So there I'm walking through, and I see a group of girls walk by me. And I don't know, I mean, you're talking to Mr. Awkward when it comes to trying to deal with people, like, especially in like a I'm trying to be cool setting, right? So I turned to him, and like, it was totally, I stopped them, it was like 4 or 5 girls, and I just stopped them, and I'm like, hey girls, what are you doing here today? You gonna go up on the mountain? I mean, of course, they're all dressed in the friggin' snowsuits and stuff. And, hey, Mr. Awkward, I didn't know where I expected this to go, right? I'm like, maybe they'll think I'm really cool. No, they all started laughing because I looked like an enormous dork, number one. And number two, I didn't notice that I had, like, tobacco bits stuck all over my face from wrecking an entire pack of cigarettes. And it just, I kept dumping, and things just kept getting worse and worse. I had, like, cuts and scrapes and stuff all over my face. Like, I must have looked like hell, because they just kind of all looked at me and just started laughing, like, no, dude, just, no, we're not, no, shh, like, I don't know. So, like, it just turned into the most awkward thing sometimes, but I really I loved sitting and just, I don't know, it was one of those places that I usually got to do by myself, right? I could just go up to the mountain and get my ski lift ticket for the day and just relax. But most of my day wasn't spent skiing, right? It was spent smash. It was spent doing things like sitting in the lounge area near the fire, right? And reading a book, or just people watching, right? Do any of you people watch? Do you people watch, right? You go somewhere just so you can see people and like, I don't know, maybe make up silly stories about like who they are or what they're doing, right? Or just, with the person next to you, just kind of give them a little nudge once in a while, and you both crack up about something, right? Do you do that anymore? Do people really? Oh, wow. I hit her, and it hit her sword, which hit her in the throat. more accidental epicness from your pal Orphoeus. And so it was just, I like just sitting there in front of the fire and just chilling out, right? And I don't know, it's something that I really miss. And I think that soon here, my wife and I may be moving somewhere that has snow again, because I really miss snow. I don't know, but I don't know. Anyway, here I'm like the twinkling music going on. Maybe I'll put it into the editing here. I'm just reminiscing about what it was like to be a person who skied. And incidentally, the first day that I ever skied, right? My family was up at some ski resort for some reason. I think it was for a business retreat or something. And they have this skiing like racing company or like, you know, organization. I think it's called like NASCI or ski. I don't know. I can't even remember it anymore. Anyway, some of you are shouting it right now. It's blah, 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 blah. Yes, that's what I was talking about. Of course. But so I had just rented my first set of skis, and I couldn't have been more than like 11, 12 or something like that. And I see this thing going on. They got a little sign-up table over to the left there. I go and I walk over. I'm like, what's this for? And I see a bunch of like trophies and pins and stuff for the winners of whatever today's competition is. And they're like, hey, you know, this is a little thing. You do a little course here, and you got a mogul hill, and there's all sorts of stuff. And I said, do you want to sign up for it? And like my parents had walked away at this point, and I'm like, does it cost anything? No, it doesn't cost anything. It's like, yeah, why not? Right? So I hadn't even gone on a bunny slope at that point. No, I was a little younger. I had to have been like 10, right? Because like again, I'd never skied an inch except for like cross country skiing. I did that a lot. And so I was feeling bold, feeling precocious, you know. So I'm like, yeah, I'll sign up for this. So they're up, you know. The competition's in like, you know, half an hour or whatever. So I make my way up to the area where it was, and boy, getting on that ski lift the first time, that was an experience. I was like so scared I was gonna fall off of that thing because I have a huge fear of heights. At least I used to until I played this game. Now I can totally like no problem. This would have made me throw up about 2 months ago. Anyway, so I get up there to the little way station. It's like a little. They called it a warming cabin, I think. You can stop somewhere down the hill and grab a cup of cocoa and, you know, just kind of warm up. And so they're all set up there, and I'm like, all right. And they pin a number on me, and I pin a number on my back, and it's time. And I get into the gate, which is, you know, it's how can I get somewhere that's kind of an analog? Yeah, kind of like this. Right, so you know the hill's in front of you, and there's this gate, and there's this thing right here, and it's like a little kind of snap thing. So like when you go through it, it starts a timer, right? So I'm like, all right, and it's dig beep, and I push my way out of this thing, and there's a thing in skiing that you're never supposed to do, and it's called shushing, like shh, right? But it's a term for when instead of making your way down the hill with those very controlled, very tight turns, right, with your ankles together, I had never had a moment of time skiing, and so no ski instruction. Ooh, fireballs up the air. I'd never had any instruction. I didn't know what to do. I mean, I'd seen movies and stuff with people skiing, right? Like Ski Patrol, those dumb, you know, raunchy comedies about different things. Okay. So I'd see that. Well, shushing is when you just point straight down the hill, right? Your skis are just like this, like side by side. And you just go whoosh right down the hill. It's called shushing because you're just kind of going shh, right? And so you're supposed to go through this like course, right? There's like little things that you kind of make your way through. You slalom through it. So I'm doing my best to hit those things, except it's more like I'm hitting them. So I'm like poof and like bouncing off things and poof over here. And then there's like the last part, and it's like I don't know, like 100 yards from the last slalom gate down to the finish line. And then they got like the little cyclone fence, the orange plasticky fence right there at the end of it. And a little crowd is like, you know, watching. And I'm like, I am going to do the best. I am Mr. Ski Man now. Right? I have successfully traversed the slalom, and now I will come in for my big finish. and I point my skis completely straight, and I start picking up speed. And I'm just, like, the wind is rushing through my ears, and I feel the sting of the cold wind on my cheeks, and it's coming at me, and I see people on the sides cheering, "Rah!" right? Except they're not cheering, they're telling me to slow down. Well, I didn't realize this. It's like, you know, like the guys that get lost at sea, and they're like, "Help!" to the ship, and the ship's like, "Hello back," you know? So they were all yelling at me to slow down, like, "Start doing turns." And I'm just like, "Hey, everybody." And so I get, and I'm starting to notice, wow, that end is coming up real quick, right? Oh no, right? This is ending very badly at this point. So it's coming up. Here comes the thing, and I'm like, what do I do? Because I don't know how to stop. Because no one had taught me, like, you know, pizza slice or like cut to the side, like ice skating. Because, you know, I've been playing hockey for a long time at that point, so I knew what a hockey stop was, right? You could just turn sideways and dig your skates in and just, right, stop real quick. Well, you can do that on skis too, but I didn't know that. And so I'm frantically, like, now I'm like waving my skis around, just kind of doing this, and I dump so hard into the snow. My skis flew off, my hat flew off, the little, like, paper thing with my number on it completely torn off on the front, went tumbling off. I hit the cyclone fence and got wrapped up in it and nailed a couple people in the crowd. And, like, the first thing I did was I turn around, take my goggles up, and I'm like, what was my time? Well, it turns out, here's the funny part. Turns out I placed bronze that day in my age division. So that makes me wonder, like, at least 2 people were better than me, right? But what the hell is going on with all the people that didn't get, you know, bronze? How bad? Like, I didn't stick around to look. I, like, gathered what was left of my pride and went back to the ski lodge, right? But, like, how bad did those other people have to do? Whoa. He's gonna throw himself away. Wow. That's self-cleaning dead people. I like that. And so, like, how bad did the other people have to do to not even, like, so for me to have beaten them with my performance that almost, like, killed me and a couple extra people. So, anyway, yeah, I really miss ski culture. I hope that we do, like, the next place that we move, hopefully soon, is somewhere that's nice and cold. Because, like I've said before, the difference is, like, you can't shovel heat. You can't shovel heat out of your driveway, right? You can't get to the point, you know, if it's cold, you can always put on more clothes and burn something else, and you'll stay warm. It's not the best, most ideal situation, but when it's hot outside, you know, there's a certain point where you're naked and got fans blowing on you, and you're just miserable, and, like, that's as good as it gets, right? More fans don't help when you're either in the tropical kind of thing, or the humidity's like 80-90%, or you're somewhere that's like a dry heat. Oh, everyone's like, oh, it's a dry heat. Yeah, try it. Try going out when it's 120 outside and like 6% humidity. Everyone thinks like, oh, that's tolerable. No, it's not. You feel like you have a hair dryer blowing on you all the time. Oh, and there's an episode coming up about hair dryers. Your old pal Orpheus here, his autism and hair dryers have a sort of relationship going on, but we'll get into that in another one. Anyway, so that's my stories about ski culture and the way that skiing kind of took up a lot of my childhood. Like, I couldn't get enough of that hanging out and just kicking back and looking cool and completely failing miserably at it, you know? Anyway, we'll see you on the next one. Hope you're having a great day. Hope I made it just a little bit better. Bye!